Okay, hi, good day everyone. So today we're going to be doing May/June 2019. Let's look at this question. They said simplify completely 3p squared multiplied by 4p to the power of 5. Right, so they're saying 3p squared multiplied by 4p to the power of 5. Now there are several ways to do this where laws of indices, you split this up, so this is 3 multiplied by p squared multiplied by 4 multiplied by p to the power of 5, right? So it's 3 multiplied by 4 multiplied by p squared multiplied by p to the power of 5. That's 12. And because my bases are the same and I am multiplying, right, there's a rule called a to the power of n multiplied by a to the power of n. When my bases are the same, I simply add my powers, m plus n. So same thing goes, it'll be 12 multiplied by bases p are the same, and you add the powers 2 plus 5, so it's 12p to the power of 7, right? And that would be an answer. Or if you want to do it the long method, this would be 3 multiplied by p multiplied by p, that's 3p squared, multiplied by 4 multiplied by 5 sets of p. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 3 fours are 12p. And how much p is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? It's 12p to the power of 7. Right? And that would be your answer here. Okay, so for part 2, they have 3x over 4y cubed divided by 21x squared all over again 20y squared. This is going to change to, because it's division, you turn it to multiplication. So it's 3x over 4y cubed multiplied by 20y squared, all divided by 21x squared. Right? So you say 3 into 3, 1. 3 into 21 is 6. No, 7. 7 3s are 21. And then 4 into 4, 1. 4 into 20 is 5. So you're going to have 5xy squared all over 7x squared y cubed. Right? We'll deal with the letters only because we have nothing else to do with the numbers. So it is going to be, this could be, you could say that it is 5 multiplied by x multiplied by y multiplied by y all over 7 multiplied by x multiplied by x multiplied by y multiplied by y multiplied by y. Right? X into x1, x into x1, y into y1, y into y1, y into y1, y into this y is 1. So 5 by 1 by 1 by 1 is 5, all over 7 by x by y is 7xy. You can leave the answer like this, or what you can do, it would be 5 over 7, and a rule of thumb is 1 over m is equals m to the negative 1. So 1 over x multiplied by 1 over y, this would be x to the negative 1 multiplied by y to the negative 1 is x to the negative 1, y to the negative 1. So this will be 5 over 7, x to the negative 1, y to the negative 1. Right? So this is 2 ways that you can express your answer, and that is it. Or you could have done it the long way. You could have said 3 multiplied by x. Hold on. You could express this the long way. Instead of canceling it out, you could have multiplied it. You could have said 3 multiplied by x multiplied by 20 multiplied by y, all over 4 multiplied by y multiplied by y multiplied by y multiplied by 21 multiplied by x multiplied by x. Right? You say 4 into 4, 1, 4 into 20. Actually, no. Just multiply it out. So you would have gotten, when you multiply this out, you would have gotten 60x multiplied by y, all over 84 multiplied by x by y. Let me just go to the side here. By y. Right? And then you would have reached this point, right? This is 5, and this is 7. You say 12 into 65, 12 into 84 is 7, and then you cross out the x's like this, and you would have gotten this, right? So either way is whichever way you understand it, you can do it. I'm just going to erase this because it's like I'm repeating myself, right? But yeah, this is how you would have done this question. Let's look at this. They shall solve the equation. When they say solve the equation, what does that mean? Solve the equation means to solve the unknown. What is your unknown here? Your unknown is equal to x. So we're basically solving for x. So the question says 3 over 7x minus 1 plus 1 over x is equal to 0. When we are adding fractions, right, it's similar. We have to find our LCM if your denominators are different. Your denominators are different, right? So when your denominators are in algebraic form, we simply multiply the two. So it's going to be x over bracket 7x minus 1. That's to find the LCM, right? 7x minus 1 into this would be x times, say, multiplying x, 3 by x, and then x into this would be, you multiply this by 7x minus 1. So it's 3x plus 7x minus 1. And this is all equal to 0. We want to make, so 7 plus 3 is 10. So that's 10x minus 1 all over x by 7x is 7x squared minus x is equal to 0. So you carry this across. If you carry across, we want to make x a subject. If you carry across, divide by, it's going to turn to multiply. But anything multiplied by 0 is 0. So this will turn to 10x minus 1 is equal to 0. You want to make x a subject, you carry across minus 1. That's 10x is equal to positive 1. So x would be, if you carry across, multiply by 10, it's divided by 10, so 1 over 10. So what is x? X is equal to 1 over 10. Right? And that is how you would do this question right here. Right? Is there more? Yes, there is. Let's look at this question. When a number x is multiplied by 2, let's write this down. When a number x, so when x is multiplied by 2, the result is equal to the squared is squared to give a new number y. Right. The result, so the result being this, x multiplied by 2 is squared to give you a new number y. So x by 2 is 2x. So 2x all squared is equals to y. So 2x by 2x is 4x squared is equal to y. And that would be your equation right here. Okay, now let's do part 2. Determine the two values of x that satisfy x is equal to y and the equation derived in C1. So they told you that y is equals to x. So wherever we see part y, we're going to put that. All right, so this is equation 1. And then next equation is y is equals to 4x squared. That is equation 2. So from this, we can say that x is equals to 4x squared because both of them is equal to y, right? I'm going to let them be equal to 0, so I carry this across. So it is going to be 4x squared minus x is equal to 0, right? Then factorize this. What they have in common, they have x multiplied by what give you 4x squared, x multiplied by 4x, and x multiplied by what would give you minus x multiplied by minus equals to 0. Then when we factorize this, you make x the subject. So x is equal to 0. We have each bracket is equal to 0. Then 4x minus 1 equals to 0. So 4x is equals to positive 1. So x would be 1 over 4, right? If you carry across multiply by 4, it's divided by 4. So x is equal to 0 and x is equals to a quarter, right? And that would be your answer for this question. Right, so these are your values. X is equal to 0 and x is equals to x is equals to a quarter. Right, and that is the end of May, June 2019.